Senate Bill 855.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have a substitute.
Senator Flores lays out committee substitute for Senate Bill 855. Is there objection to adoption? Chair is none. Senator Alvarado to explain the difference.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The substitute requires judges that primarily handle family law and family violence cases to complete an additional 2 hours of family violence training every 2 years.
Very good. We have witness B.B. Khan would like to testify. Ms. Khan, state your name and who you represent.
Good morning. My name is B.B. Khan, and I represent AnNisa Hope Center. Good morning, Chairman Whitmire, committee members, and Senator Alvarado. AnNisa Hope Center is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping families in crisis. Domestic violence is a public health crisis that affects millions. There are many forms of abuse, and the one least spoken about is legal abuse. Without even realizing, victims are frequently re-victimized in courtrooms. Domestic violence does not end when a victim leaves. Rather, it starts a new era of legal abuse. Abusers use legal avenues to cripple survivors of domestic violence. In criminal court, a victim may be forced by subpoena to testify. Through my experience of working with so many survivors, I have witnessed several incidents where victims experience panic attacks or anxiety attacks on the stand, and they cannot even compose a single sentence in their testimony. The abusers know very well that they still have the ability to instill fear and trauma to these victims, and they use it so that the victims cannot testify. Victims are frequently sued for evictions, such as when an abuser leaves and he leaves her with $0. So she now has to go to court for an eviction hearing. Usually she never has an attorney, so she has no money or no attorney. The first step an abuser takes when he leaves a victim is to take away her credit card, her insurance, her phone, everything that he can take from her. Imagine being stopped in a traffic stop and not knowing you had no insurance. Now imagine going to court with $0 and having to stand there and say, I didn't know I have insurance, I don't have money. Training is essential for all judges in all courts, starting with the criminal court all the way down to traffic court. Thank you so much for supporting our bill.
Thank you for being here. Raza, Bonnie. We're going to have to go to the floor in a few minutes, sir. We're going to try to be mindful of our time.
Chairman Whitmire, members of the committee, blessings of peace to you all. My name is Razia Nathani, and I'm the Advocacy Director for AnNisa Hope Center, and I am in favor of SB855. In support of the bill, allow me to tell you a story of one of our clients, Sarah. Sarah called our helpline 2.5 years ago. Her life had been a living nightmare ever since she married her husband. His controlling behavior had started to become violent, with frequent episodes of rage, which filled her with terror. She didn't know what to do. One day, Sarah's husband splashed scalding coffee on her, burning her face and blinding her in one eye. She called our helpline, and the operator connected her to a shelter, and she was finally able to escape. Over the next few months, Sarah started to regain control of her life. With the help of a pro bono lawyer, she filed for divorce, found a job, and moved into transitional housing. She was finally starting to feel safe. Unfortunately, the story doesn't end here. During their separation, her husband tried to kill her. He loosened the lug nuts on all 4 tires of a car, hoping for a fatal crash. A week later, one of her tires was slashed. Sarah finally found the courage to press charges. As both incidents of tampering were caught on CCTV cameras, there was no denying what had happened. What happened in criminal court proceedings was enough to re-traumatize Sarah, leaving her feeling shocked and vulnerable. Her husband retained one of the state's top defense attorneys, who subjected her to a brutal cross-examination that questioned her credibility and even her sanity. Sarah broke down and struggled to provide coherent answers. Unfortunately, the criminal court judge lacked the expertise of family court judges who were more familiar with the nuances of domestic violence. As a result, the judge ruled against Sarah, leading to a dismissal of the charges. DV cases do not simply end with divorce. Sometimes they only end when someone loses their life. While Sarah did not lose her life, she does have to live every day fearing retaliation and violence from her ex-husband. This is the tragic nature of DV. It is the victim who has to be on the run sometimes. Domestic violence is everywhere, much like the air we breathe. All judges, regardless of their purview, must be trained specifically in DV because it exists in every courtroom. Yet many times courts are unable to recognize the warning signs and may not fully understand the impact abuse can have on victims. This is why Senator Alvarado's SB855 is so important.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you for being here. Shavrik? State your name and who you represent.
Good morning. My name is Sharik Abdul Ghani, and I am in favor of SB 855. I just realized, did y'all raise the volume here? Because I feel like I'm yelling at you all now. I'm the executive director of Minaret Foundation based out of Houston, Texas, where we bring faith communities together through multi-faith and civic engagement. Family violence is a pervasive and serious problem here in the state, and judges play a critical role in protecting victims. It's essential that judges receive, at minimum, a basic understanding of the dynamics of family violence, especially that in the courtroom. The training is especially important in our state. 1 in 3 Texans will experience domestic violence in their lifetime. And one of the key reasons why family violence training is so important is for judges in Texas to help them better understand the nature and dynamics of abuse. It takes on many forms, including physical, sexual, emotional, and family. Very quickly, 2 issues that happened in Fort Bend and Harris County is a husband took away the financial ability for a woman to purchase anything. And on top of that, he took away her feminine hygiene products. She went to HEB, shoplifted feminine hygiene products, and she was caught and she was taken to criminal court. But the judge had no idea of the signs to look for. Our coalition supporting Senator Alvarado's SB 855 spreads throughout the state, includes the Texas Council on Family Violence, Texas Advocacy Project, the Houston Area Women's Center, AnNisa Hope Center, and a bipartisan group of judges in Fort Bend, Harris, and Dallas County, to name a few. We would urge you to please provide a favorable report for HB or for SB 885. May God bless you all and allow this bill to provide some hope to our survivors and victims here in the great state of Texas. Thank you.
Thank you. Quickly, Tiffany Larson is in support. Harris County District Attorney's Office. Thomas Parkinson supports. Geneva Fuentes is in support. Anyone else want to testify for or against? Here, Chair is none. Senator Flores moves that committee substitute for 855, Senate Bill 855 be reported back to full Senate with a favorable recommendation. Clerk call the roll.
Whitmire.
Yes.
Flores.
Aye.
Hinojosa.
Aye.
Huffman.
Aye.
Betancourt.
Yes.
King.
Aye.
6-0.
6 ayes, no zeros. Committee substitute for Senate Bill 855 is reported back to full Senate with a favorable recommendation. Members, Senator Flores moves it be certified for local and consent. Is there any objections? If committee substitute for Senate Bill 855 be certified for local and consent, chair has done so granted.